Alright, you guys, after Bible class, we was elaborating and talking about Bible class, so shortly after that, um, we just heard a loud pop, and now me, my mom, my dad, my brothers were outside because the pop wasn't just a pop, the pop was a bullet. I was in the hallway when it happened. I happened to just look in my parents' room, and when I looked at the ceiling and I saw this. Y'all saw like a whole bullet literally enter into my parents' bedroom, and it landed on the bed. So just really thankful none of us was in the room when it happened, but obviously when we saw the hole, we instantly knew, okay, that was a bullet. In this clip, the officer led us back inside. So right now it's just one policeman. He's standing between my parents' bedroom and the hallway, and pretty much we're all just conversating, talking as the investigators and the police officers are going back and forth. And honestly, this is probably the most scared I've ever been. Like, bro, what is going on? But yeah, it definitely felt different between watching criminal stuff and stuff is actually happening in real life. But yeah, right now in this clip, we're heading over to my uncle's house for the night because obviously that was a lot. So yeah, we're going over to his place now, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. And obviously, being at home, that should be the number one place you should feel safe at. So that happening, that's why you always got to stay prayed up. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Right now, we're in the gas station getting some snacks. Obviously, originally after Bible class, we usually eat dinner, but Dad was never obviously able to go out because that's when everything took place, and he just came back from working. So yeah. But again, we in the gas station getting some snacks now, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Alright, you guys, we made it to my Uncle Trey's house safely. Right now, I'm finna eat a sub with some chips and then go to bed soon. But yeah, right now, just thankful that we have a roof to stay in that's safe. And obviously, we know spiritually, angels are encamped all around us. But just really thankful that we made it out of the situation alive. Because when I woke up, I was telling my mom, I was like, Mom, we really could have, one of us could have been at Levy's home, funeral home. Like, you can't take nothing for granted, and I'm just thankful that God covered us under his blood. But as you can see by that clip, I'm very tired and sleepy, and literally we had to stay in one area in the living room, all of us, the whole time. It was this cop literally had to be in the apartment with us. It was just a lot going on. Investigators were coming in, they was asking questions, who saw what, so it really felt real. But I'm just thankful that we made it safely. And now it's the next day. Good morning. And right now I'm working on some schoolwork, getting ahead of the game. And once again, just thankful that we are alive to see another day. So I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Also, as I'm working on my schoolwork, I also wanted to tell y'all, I have to shout out myself. Of course, everybody makes mistakes. Teens, everybody makes mistakes. But I'm just thankful for the teen I am. Because the kids that were upstairs and that was causing all the trouble and confusion before that even happened, they were literally laughing outside. One girl, she just was laughing the whole time throughout the whole thing like it was a joke. But you know, once again, I'm very serious when it comes to my parents, so the fact that the person was laughing the whole time, you know, that just, oh my gosh, that made my blood boil, you know. But I'm just thankful God covered us under the blood, and I'm glad he just held me and Ethan's tongue. But yeah, we had our fruits of the spirit. All the fruits was tested that night. But I'm just really thankful we was safe and we just stayed calm. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Also wanted to say, from what the investigator told us, he said that the gun accidentally went off in our neighbor's bedroom, and the bullet came through the roof, and obviously the bullet landed on my parents' bed. But truly, I promise y'all, them laughing, or with this one girl laughing the whole time, that really added fuel to the fire in my bones, because it's like nobody was checking to see like, oh, y'all good, anybody got hurt, anybody got hit. But that just showed me right there, the world isn't gonna care like how your family, church family, and the people who really love you care about you. But this meal is so good and devouring, so shout out to Maya for making this delicious breakfast, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Alright, you guys, we're now outside walking, getting some fresh air, but just Really thankful that once again nothing went down, because it really could have been another way. It really could have went like left quick, because bullet travels. So the fact they went from the roof and then it came down, because where the hole is at, that's not where the bullet landed on the bed. So the fact that none of us was in my parents' bedroom, because we be in my parents' bedroom a lot. When it comes, we have discussions, when we just talking, hanging out, chilling, it'd be my parents' bedroom. So the fact that around that time none of us was in there, that was nothing but God. That was truly nothing but God, and just really thankful for, again, him having his angels encamped around us. And now they working outside, but any small noise now is gonna trigger me because it was just a loud pop, and the loud pop did not sound like a gunshot. But if only y'all could have saw my dad's reaction to when it happened. He, like my mom said, his body language, everything changed, because he was like cleaning up some oatmeal that spilled, and then literally when the loud pop happened, his like face was giving like, he was like worried, like he don't know if like either Rebecca okay, because Ethan was in his room and I was in the hallway. My parents were in the living room talking, and then Elijah was on the couch, and then that's when a pop sound like that came off. See, that's why like my mom was saying, now I really gotta get therapy. Lord, I'm gonna have to go to a therapy session for multiple things, but nah. Alright, you guys, right now we're chilling, just finished up eating dinner, and you already know it's Thursday night football, so that's what we're doing right now, and about to go to bed soon, so I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Good morning, you guys. Just woke up a couple minutes ago, but for what we know, everything is pretty much still the same. We spent the night over here, my uncle's house again, just for peace of mind's sake. If you hear background noise, that's a little cousin. But basically, we're gonna be heading back home today, Lord willing, and yeah. So everything is pretty much still the same, and obviously just gotta be praying and stuff like that. Continue to stay covered under the blood, and that something works out. Because honestly, like, you don't want to live somewhere you don't feel safe at the end of the day. But yeah. But again, as I know, everything is pretty much still the same. The neighbors are, quiet and stuff. And, when we was at home, what was this? Today is Friday. So when we was at home and everything took place Wednesday, the cops was just telling us, like, if they throw a party, if something happens again, just call 911. We don't want nothing to happen again. And it's giving, I've watched, nobody doesn't know this like that, but I'm really into like crime. I watched a lot of documentaries, real life stuff that actually happened, murder cases, etc. Just because it really intrigues me. But anywho, when he said that, I'm like, so it's literally giving real life cases where the victims, they would go to the police officers, tell them everything that's going on, and they'll be like, no, if something's not happening, if nothing don't happen, and then they end up the ones being dead or something happened. But obviously we rebuke that. We don't want none of that stuff to happen, obviously, but I'm just saying, it's like, why are you waiting for something to happen in order to take action? And especially, yeah, I could say something else, but I'm not gonna do it because this is YouTube. So I'm not gonna expose nobody. But on the real note, though, I'm like, bruh, this is crazy work. But nah, hopefully, today's Friday, so Lord willing, Lord willing, we'll have a good day today. But yeah, this week was a trying week, y'all. And before this week even hit, it's been on a roller coaster. But always just having a positive mindset. But like all of us in life, when we face trials, that can kind of like, if not change your mindset, that can kind of throw you off track. So that's the best way to put it. But yeah, you all see it, we are back home. They covered the hole up, thankfully, but still, even looking at that, that's like a mark. You know what I mean? A mark that just left you traumatized. But on a real note, though, you already know I gotta eat me some ice cream to calm my nerves down. So shout out to whoever invented ice cream. I love you deeply. Alright, you guys, it's the next day. Today is Saturday. But as you can see, we made it back home safely. Obviously, that was the first thing I showed y'all, was they covered up the hole. And then you already know, enjoyed the late night snack, some ice cream. But yeah, we're here, back here, and any sound sometimes can kind of like startle you just because you don't know if it's gonna be something. But pretty much other than that, I would say I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. But that's definitely how this week has been. It's been okay and a fine week. But like they always say, it could be worse. So I dare not complain, you know. But yeah, other than that, we're still in the same situation as far as, you know, having to stay here. And obviously from this lesson, just a lesson learned. Obviously, just continue to be, excuse me, y'all. Sorry, I'm still a little bit sleepy. But continue to be the good person you are, because you never know. You know, you could be putting other people at risk and at harm. Obviously, by having a whole firearm, and it was accidental. But still, you know, something like that. That's an accident that, you know, that could have went left real quick. You know, anybody could have got hit, but God. So I think like stuff like that, it's just got to be like careful for anybody out there who got a firearm. Anybody out there who, you know, I don't know. Just be careful with what you carry on you. I know the times we're living in, we're living in the end times, but everybody has a different motive of why they carry what they carry. So I would say, please carry it for the right reasons, you know, and, you know, just don't put other people in danger. But thank y'all so much for watching and coming along with me on this journey as I was vlogging throughout the process of everything that was going on. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all whenever my next video will be. Love y'all. Stay blessed. Stay Rapture ready. Peace.